You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxer, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez has reconstructed his contract with Bob Arum, Top Rank. And you know, I think it's good, and I got probably mixed emotions just because I'm getting Bud Crawford flashbacks. You feel me? When Bud Crawford signed the extension and ended up not fighting the type of opponents that I know his legacy deserves. But it's a different situation. Teofimo Lopez, they have raised his minimum, and of course, looking for an October 2nd pay-per-view event. You know, Teofimo Lopez said that from now on, he's just a pay-per-view fighter, pay-per-view star. He's not looking backwards, and I think that Top Rank and Bob Arum now really understood his worth, his value, and I think they didn't. And you know, I think that Teofimo Lopez got something, not something to prove on June 19th, but Teofimo Lopez, I think, got to perform very, very well, and I think he will. I think got to do a masterful performance. I think an exciting performance, and you already know that Top Rank got that new deal with Sky Sports, and I think it's good. I think it's good. Yo, Bob Arum. A lot of people sometimes be frustrated with Bob Arum, but I also keep saying it throughout my channel and through videos when we talking about Bob Arum that it's hard to stay. It's hard to stay mad at Bob Arum. Bob Arum, man, he is the godfather in this boxing stuff. He doesn't just know the loopholes. He creates the loopholes in the sport of boxing. But I think that Teofimo Lopez, I do think actually humble him, and I think that, you know, he's doing right by Teofimo Lopez, and that's good. Top Rank is doing right by Teofimo Lopez. I know they was bitter, but Teofimo, that's what happens when you stand your ground and you know your value, like Teofimo Lopez. Good job by the young man, Teofimo Lopez, for knowing his value, standing his ground, not letting nobody put no Vaseline, and you already know what I'm going to say after that. Good looking now. Teofimo Lopez believing himself, he knows his value, and this is what young fighters has to believe. A lot of entities in the sport of boxing don't want the fighter to know their own value. As soon as a fighter knows their value, that's when they try to play this little game with them. You feel me? Teofimo Lopez did the right thing at a young age. You know, you got to pay him more. He got 4 belts. That's 4 sanctioning fees. You just can't be giving him that 1.2 million and then tax taken off. He's going to come back home for what? To what? So, it's a good move. Now they say, you know, could he rematch Lomachenko? Now, is a rematch with Lomachenko fair? Yes. Did Lomachenko sign his rematch clause like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? No, this is why they getting a rematch, and this is why Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko probably not. But I'm gonna tell you like this: Vasyl Lomachenko is actually taking the road of trying to get that fight back in a good way. He's fighting Nakatani, a guy that people feel like Teofimo Lopez struggled. A guy that we wish that other fighters, you know, when you want to get a title shot or you want Teofimo Lopez, I want Devaney to get Lomachenko because, you know what I'm saying, or I want Devaney to fight the likes of Nakatani, you know, so you could gauge your performance with a Teo. See, what Jorge Linares is, it was a good for him, but I think he should have invested in a fight with Nakatani over Lomachenko, but that fight already was up for grabs, not up for grabs, but it was already in the hands of Top Rank Lomachenko. And do I believe that a rematch is granted? I think Lomachenko deserves a rematch. I do believe that if a champion loses fight and really, you know, lose a bout, he probably deserves a rematch. But especially undefeated fighter. Lomachenko's not an undefeated fighter. You know, I believe that Danny Silva Garcia, who lost his belt as undefeated to Keith Tom Thurman, I think he deserves a rematch. I think that Keith Thurman deserves a rematch with Manny Pacquiao because he was undefeated and things of that nature. You know, I think those people, Deontay Wilder, I think he deserves a rematch, but of course I want to see the undisputed. I think that Anthony Joshua deserves a rematch with Anthony Ruiz, but a rematch clause, here we go. So he was so sure that he didn't need a rematch, and if Lomachenko would have beat Teofimo Lopez, he never would have gave Teo a rematch, and Teo was a champion as well. So I think I don't think that Teofimo Lopez needs to give him a rematch, but in-house money. Let's not forget that Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez reportedly was supposed to be fighting before the pandemic. It was supposed to be May 30th pay-per-view. I think Lomachenko was going to get close to $7 million, and Teofimo Lopez was going to get $3+ million. You know, the pandemic hit and everybody got a pay cut. So I think now the tables are turned, and I think that Teofimo Lopez, if he gets that $7 million that Lomachenko's going to get, reportedly, I think now the table is turned. I think that Teofimo Lopez will give Lomachenko that type of rematch. Do we see if he gives him that rematch? I don't see that Devin Haney fight happening in the near future. Devin Haney has been in talks with Top Rank. I think it's smart for Devin Haney. I think he but I think if he wants for legacy fights, and I don't know if they into legacy fights, the DHP, but if he's into legacy fights, legacy accomplishment, he will have to go to Top Rank route, because there's Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez is inevitable. He's trying to move to 140. Teofimo Lopez said that he wants Devin Haney, but in reality, you're not going to gain anything from fighting both, to be honest. I mean, Devin Haney's not in the pound-for-pound list. He just fought his first 10-ranked fighter. WBC already feels like that Teofimo Lopez is the supreme lightweight champion. So it's a great fight, but is it going backwards for Teofimo Lopez if he faced Devin Haney? It'll be going backwards if he faced Lomachenko as well. I think his eyes should be set on Josh Taylor, and of course with the Sky Sport and UK, and I think that's going to be a big fight. So if you give me like a 2-fight deal, you get, if think about it, Teofimo Lopez is not for easy fights. He's about legacy. He already proved that to the boxing world. Nakatani, Comey, and Lomachenko. That's telling you that this young man is about legacy, all right? And we got to preserve Teofimo Lopez and other fighters that approach it like that. So if it's like a 2-fight deal, I think his contract probably ends 2023. Maybe we'll see the back end of that contract with Devin Haney or with Gervonta Tank Davis. But put it this way, because it's inevitable they're going to move up to 140. You know, you get the Lomachenko rematch probably, or the Devin Haney fight, and then you move forward. If you win those fights, you go with the Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor going to be fighting Jack Catterall, the gentleman that stepped aside so we could see the undisputed in 140. So I think it's a good it's a good deal for Teofimo Lopez. He got the respect that he deserves. He's already been in contract. So the best thing that Top Rank was reconstruct the contract. ESPN does like the Teofimo Lopez, and what he brings to the table, I think you know what I'm saying? I think everybody should do right by the young man, and I think they're doing it right. I hope so. Y'all already know this Saturday coming up, we got Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos Jr. And I know with all this talks, George Kambosos Jr. probably seem like they're overlooking him. And it does seem that's the energy. I'm not saying that Teofimo Lopez or the Teofimo Lopez camp is overlooking George Kambosos, but I do think they're looking through him. And that's what you got to do in life. A lot of people feel like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Something is going to hold me back, or there is an oppression, or there is some type of systematic. In the end of the day, you got to run through those type of obstacles. I'm not jumping over you. I'm not curling around you. I'm not going around you. I am going to run through it. And that's what we all got to do in this world, is run through stuff. If you're trying to stop me, get where I'm from, I'm not going around you. I'm going to run through you. You feel me? That's what we got to do in life. That's the new motivation. Run through anything that's trying to stop you to get where you want to go. Run through it. So that object never dares to get in front of you again. You feel me? That's how we got to look at life. You already know boxing translates to life itself. If you're facing any type of oppression, if you're facing any type of racism, no, you look at racism and how you run through it like a damn running back. You're trying to touch down. Don't you ever try to stop me. And that's the way we got to look at life, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Moonshine, a.k.a. La Sazón, a.k.a. La Lobo, a.k.a. El Borracho. Dímelo, mi hermano. This is going to be a good week. You already got Shakur today. I'm going to go live. And shout out to all the people in the chat, in the panel. Yesterday, we was having a great discussion. Go check the playback. We might have part 2 to it, because I think we need to come with some type of solution. Oh, baby, I'm getting hype right now. Oh, yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Come on, update the videos. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.